Hey guys, welcome back. It's Kelly. I hope you guys are all doing really well. Today is actually St. Patty's Day, so I'm actually going to do another St. Patrick's Day look. I think it's one I wore the other day to work, and I'm just going to try to remember the colors I used. And I'm also, before I start, I'm going to show you what I got in my March Ipsy bag. This time I didn't order anything extra, and I'm going to try to use some of those products with this video. I think I've done a little bit of it before, but I usually forget. I have like several bags now. Probably like, I'm looking over there, probably about 4. But this is the March one, and I really like this. It's soft. I think it's really, really pretty. And the zipper has these cute little balls on it. But this is the bag, and I'm going to show it. I'm going to actually try to use some of these items. Unless it's for my hair, which I really can't. But trying to get it out of here. The first item, I got it jammed in this bag. It was probably outside the bag, but I just kind of stuffed everything in there. I'm going to yank everything out. That way it's just a little easier. The first item I have is called Beauty Creations Coconut Mango Setting Spray. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the setting sprays have that alcohol smell. So I'm dying to see what this one's going to smell like, how it feels. So I'm going to use it today. And it's like, can't really smell it yet, but okay. And then the next item they sent me is a brush, it looks pretty nice. It's called Wing Me Mega Shading Brush, and this is what it looks like. It's just kind of a flat brush. I don't even know if I'll use this today. I've never used a brush like this, but it's probably a good way to blend stuff. It's just a shading brush. All right, and then the next item we have Gloss Modern Clean Luxury Radiant Polish. Oh, this is an exfoliator for your hand and body. Okay, I thought maybe it was a face one. It just says hand and body. And this is what this is. I've had scrubs on my hands before, like you use a scrub and then you put lotion. And it's supposed to make your hands really soft. This is kind of what it looks like. I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it has little granules in it. So it's going to exfoliate all the dead skin off your hand and body. I don't think this is going to probably go far as a body scrub, exfoliator or whatever, but I think you can get a little use out of it, maybe 1 or 2. Or you could just use it for your hands, which I might do because I work with a lot of paper at work. My hands get really, really dry. And this stuff actually smells really nice. Kind of like a flowery smell, almost like lilac or something. It smells really good. I'm just trying to move everything so I don't have a mess here. Then the next thing they have is called Tea Time. And it's from Biro, New York. And it's a toner. This is just a little mini toner. I guess you shake it up. And you can use this after your cleanser to make sure you get all the product and makeup off your face. This is just a little sample. So that's what I like. Because if I don't like it or you don't like how it works, then you're not stuck with a full size. And we have a lip gloss, which I'm going to also try today. It's from Ofra. And I don't know if it has a color. Yeah, it has a little color to it. You can see that. I think I tried a little bit the other day. And I might just use this today. It's more like a lip gloss. So you're going to have to reapply it throughout the day, like if you eat anything or whatever. But I'm going to try to use some of the products I got from my Ipsy bag. I haven't really done that yet. Not on camera anyway. And that's it for that. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's a chance to use the products. And like I said, I'm going to try I wouldn't call it a makeup pack, but I've been seeing it on TikTok and stuff, different ways to make your foundation look really well. I'm going to attempt it. I don't know how good it's going to work. I mean, there's a few extra steps. So I'm going to try it and give my opinion. I don't know if it's going to be a fail or a good thing. We're going to see, but the video shows that it seems to make a little bit of a difference. But we're going to just see how that goes. And of course, I didn't prime my eyes or anything like that. I usually try to do it ahead of time. But we're just gonna go along with it. And I'm going to just brush my brows up and out. As you guys know, I don't know why, I get a bald spot right there, which annoys the crap out of me. So the first product I'm using is actually the Dip Brow Pomade, and this is a medium brown for my eyebrows. And as you guys know, I kind of try to do this rather quickly, and it's not always perfect, but it depends how much product you put on your brush. You don't want to use too little, too much. And sometimes I think this shade might be a little too dark, but believe it or not, I've always been a redhead, but my eyebrows have always been like dark brown or black. I've never had red eyebrows. All right, that's done. Now I'm going to use my concealer. I actually bought a new concealer. It's called Born This Way. It says Ethereal Light. It's an illuminating smoothing concealer. This is from Too Faced. You guys know I always use Maybelline, but I was ready to try something a little different. I've never used this brand before. So we're just going to see how it looks. And I'm going to just use my brush to take a little bit off the applicator. And I'm just going to shape my brows with it a little bit to really add definition to my brows. This stuff doesn't feel too bad. It's really creamy. Goes on to the skin. Seems to blend pretty well. This is the first time I've used it, so I'm hoping I have the right shade. I chose the lightest shade I could get because I am so pale. Yeah, and I just use a little bit because you don't want to put too much because then it's a pain in the butt to blend it all out if you use too much. And yeah, I'm just going in with a little bit at a time. I'm trying to get that nice shape. Now, with the foot on this, I'm going to put it over my lids. Yeah, I like the applicator. It's not too bad. I like that it's a little bit flat. It's long. And this stuff feels really good on my skin. It's creamy. It's not like, you know, it's not too bad. I like it so far. I do love the consistency of it. It's not too watery. It's not too thick. It's really smooth going on. Be careful I don't rub too hard at wearing my contacts here. And forgive my brushes, I haven't had a chance to clean them. I was with my sister most of the day yesterday. We had dinner and stuff. We hung out. It was really nice. I was supposed to teach her how to knit, but we got into so much talking that we didn't get that far. But it was still a really nice day. Now the next thing I'm going to do is going to use my Manica Dar Flawless Touch powder. I like to add just a little bit of powder on top of the concealer, just so there's no creasing, and it just really helps my eyeshadow stay on. And I like this. It's a nice powder. And I got, of course, this was Ipsy, so I'm trying to use my Ipsy stuff so I can show you guys how it works. And I didn't bring my usual tissue in here to wipe off my brushes, so, and I don't feel like stopping right now to do that, but okay. Now, as you guys know, in my last video, I used this palette from Amazon. I wish I remember how much I paid for it, but I don't think it was that much. It might have been under $20, maybe a little bit over, but the price is really reasonable. Okay, this time I'm going to go in with a transition color. I'm going to use that same big flat brush. And I'm just going to go in with this white shade. I think sometimes when you use white, it actually makes your eyeshadow pop. So I'm just going to cover my whole eye with this white shade, and I know it doesn't really look like white. And I'm just going to do one whole eye to show you the look, just to save some time. All right. Now let's see. I shouldn't even put this down. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH34 brush. It's now all went off, so I'm not sure. Now I just got to remember the colors that I used, because I wore them to work and I actually don't totally remember. But we're going to, let's see. Yeah, I think I got it. I'm going to use this shade right here. I don't know if I used it in my last video. I was trying to remember the colors I used, but I just used them yesterday, and a lot of times I just pick colors in. Okay, we're going to do it in the crease. This is like a really, like, shimmery green. And then when I do, I bring it out without adding extra eyeshadow. I try to really blend it and bring it out. You can see that's a really bright green. I think it's pretty. And it's funny, I used to never like green anything. And then I noticed that the green actually looks good. It looks like, I think it looks really good on with my red hair. Okay, now I'm gonna use this. You can tell I already have the color on it, but I'm gonna use the opposite side because these are the colors I actually used when I was home. I mean, for work. And then I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Yeah, sometimes this color is a little tricky, these shades. You really got to, like, pick up a lot of product. Like, you really got to pack it on there. And you can't get as dark as you want, but I find that it takes a little bit. You really have to get product on that brush. So you can't see much of a contrast between those colors, but it is St. Patty's Day, so I want to make sure I wear green. All right. Now the next thing I'm going to do is pick a little darker color. And I'm going to use this Morphe brush. And it's a little skinnier. And yeah, you can see that I've used the bright green. But what I'm going to use, I'm going to go in with this dark green right here. You can tell there's another dark green. It's almost the same, but this is a little darker. And what I tend to do, I'm keep going to this eye. I'm going to do that eye after. And sometimes it's just a little hack that I do. You don't have to do this, but I find it helps. Is that I'll start under my lower lash line, just as a guide, and then I go out and up. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's not perfectly straight, but it does help. And then I fill in the color a little bit. I like to use this little brush because it just helps me really get in there and get the shape. And then you can always just take a bigger brush to blend it in. But I just find this little brush, it takes a little bit more time. But if you can see, and I'll fix that with concealer, that I got that nice line. And this is how it's my little hack. This is what I like to do to get that nice point. And then what I do is I'll go back in and finish under my eye. I know that's a weird way of doing it, but you can see I get that nice winged look on my eyeshadow. Then all you need to do, where is it? I'll use this one. I go in with my concealer brush. Yes, my hair's sticking up. I always have these weird hair days. Like I did put gel in my hair to keep it down, but it just has a mind of its own. So I'm going to just dip this a little bit on the brush. And what I do is I just go right underneath and just put the concealer to even out that line so it's not crooked looking. And just give it a more crisp effect. And then sometimes I just use my finger just to blend it a little bit. I know this looks crazy. I can see one little spot right here. So I want to go over that. Concealer is just amazing. It's like a little magic trick. See? So now it looks even. And I still can't, hold on. Yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit. Now, just to add a little, I'm always wanting to put glimmer. It's kind of hard to get the right kind of brush because I definitely have to wash these things. So I'm going to try to get a cleaner brush. And this is, it says it's a crease brush. And then it has this little end. It's called the smudger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into this palette. And this is really pretty beige shimmer shade. It's there's a little bit of shimmer. It's not too over the top. And I'm actually not going to do any glitter today. I mean, these colors, I definitely tried one to work. But sometimes I use this one. And it was just like, I think I had glitter on my face for 3 days. But I do love glitter. But today I'm just going to just show you a look without the shimmer. And what I do is I brush that shade right under the brow bone. And I blend it because I want to blend in that other shade. Look, that doesn't look bad. Not too bad. And it's very simple. I'm just making my eyes green. And then I'm going to go back in with that dark green. Just a little bit because it looks like there's, I just can make it a little darker. I don't know, maybe it's my camera. I'm just trying to make sure I get that. And I definitely got to wash these brushes. Oh my God, my God. Okay, now I'm going to go and do the other eye, and I'll be right back. I'm going to add a little mascara. And the mascara I use is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara, and this is the waterproof. Okay, now, wouldn't you know it, it just aggravates the crap out of me. If you can see, I always seem to get the mascara, the minute I blink, I know I can put the concealer on after my foundation too, but. All right, now I'm going to try this. I don't know if it's going to work. This is a hack I saw. And I'm trying to remember all the steps. If you guys have seen it on TikTok, just let me know. Hopefully I'm doing it right. And I know my eyes look really out there, but I love a dramatic eye look. And I just have fun with makeup. I mean, if you don't want something this dark, you obviously don't have to do it this bright. You can use what other colors you like that are green, maybe some toned down shades, which is perfectly fine. Okay, so it's recommend you put your moisturizer on. I always like to use the moisturizer anyway, but you guys don't always see me put it on. And today I'm using the daytime moisturizer from Senegence. I actually, I ordered this online. So and I do have the name of a person if you're interested. So that I'm going to only put a little bit here, and it says to moisturize your face first. So that's what I'm going to do. And a little bit of moisturizer goes a long way. Massage that in, make sure it's all absorbed into my skin. I don't know if this trick's going to work. We'll see. Now, this is the part I thought was kind of weird. But it says that once it's on you put your moisturizer on, then you go in with a little bit of powder. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. And the powder I'm using is just Revolution Luxury Baking Powder Banana. It smells a little bit like banana. It doesn't smell bad. And it says lightly put powder on your face. This is obviously not the right kind of brush, because I don't usually use powder. So I'm just using, it says just use a little bit. So I'm just using a little brush. I'm sure you can use a bigger brush. I have someone somewhere. But this might take me a little longer, but I just want to put it lightly. I don't want to put a lot. It says just to use a little powder. So I don't know if this is going to make a difference. I definitely have to get a bigger brush for powder. Like I said, I don't usually use powder, so I just grabbed a random brush. So if you have a bigger brush, it'll probably take you less time. I just don't want to put too much powder. So I'm just blending that all in. And I don't know if it's going to make a difference. I mean, these women that look like it made a difference, but I don't know if it actually is. I mean, they use a bigger brush, but I didn't want to put like a whole bunch of powder. I'm not used to wearing powder. Now, the weird part is now you're going to use your setting spray, which is kind of interesting because maybe it sets the powder. I'm not sure. I've never done this. All right. And I'm going to use the Beauty Creations Coconut Mango Setting Spray. This is one I just got. Oh my gosh. This stuff smells really good. I'm just trying to let it dry. You got to let it dry before you go into your foundation. So this is just a actual extra steps. Thank God for editing. All right, I'm just trying to make sure it's dry. Then it says to go in with your foundation. So this is my foundation. I'm using the oil-free, oil-controlling, waterproof, transfer-resistant, Born This Way 24-hour foundation. And it's from Too Faced. And I'm use the color Snow. Then you put your foundation on. I think I got all the steps. I watched it a few times. Born This Way foundation. It's very liquidy. So be careful that when you put it on, it doesn't like drip. It feels really nice on the skin though. It's very light, which I like. I don't like to wear heavy foundation. Yeah, I might have put a little bit too much, but I like to blend in. And oh, it goes on nice. It feels good on the skin, blends well. I've never used this foundation before. I don't know if it's too light of a shade. I mean, I'm really, really pale. So sometimes it's hard to find the right shade. I always use Maybelline because it's less expensive. This stuff is like, I think it was like $49 or something. The concealer was $25, which is a little pricey, I think, for a high-end, but I just wanted to try it because I've never tried Born This Way foundation, and I really like it. It goes on really, really nice, smooth. It blends really well, and I've always found other colors from Too Faced, their eyeshadow palettes always smell amazing. I don't know. What do you guys think? You see my other videos. I think these extra steps actually makes the foundation go on really well because your skin's moisturized and the setting spray sets the powder. I've never done it this way. I think it looks really nice. Whether it's better or not, I can't tell. That a little bit. I mean, it does look like it makes my skin look smoother. I think I might have to keep doing that. I think that was a positive step. I wouldn't call it a fail at all. Those extra steps actually, I think, make it look smoother. To me, anyway. You can let me know your opinion. You can leave a little comment down below. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do, what did I do with my... Oh, right in front of me. Any closer, bite me. I'm going to use my Morphe face palette. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little contour, which I don't always do. Sometimes I do. Depends on my mood. And this palette comes with bronzer, blushes, and contour. Contour might be a little dark, but I'm using my Lorac brush. I had a face palette before, and I love the... I'm going to, let's see, use this kind of like a pinky peachy shade right there. Tap off the excess. And then I'm going to add blush to my cheeks. The apples on my cheeks. Not that I have big cheekbones. And I blend it into the contour. Yes, and I'm going to go in with foundation, I think. I'm going to take my foundation brush and just kind of go over that contour. I don't want it too dark. And I'm not sure, what I'm going to use for lips, but I'm going to use the Ofra Lip Gloss Blissful. And guys, I just thought of it. I just forgot a step on that. I'm supposed to use primer on top of the setting spray, then the foundation. I just realized it. I think you're supposed to use primer too. I'm just whatever. I was just looking at my primer, and so you want to use like the moisturizer, the powder, the setting spray, primer, and then your foundation. I'll have to double check on it. I missed a little step, but I still think it looks good. Lip gloss in Blissful, and this is from Ofra. It smells really good. It almost smells like coconut. And with this, you don't have to use any lipstick, but because it's a gloss, you're definitely going to have to reapply it. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Sorry about that little beauty hack. I forgot to put the primer on. I'm going to check on that and see the steps and see. But I believe you're supposed to use the primer before your foundation after the setting spray. I think I got it. I'm sorry about that, guys, but it is what it is. I'm not perfect. But it was fun anyway. I'll have to look up the actual steps and maybe write it down so I do them in the right order. But you basically get the gist. And I think my foundation really looks good. I think my skin looks nice and smooth. So I just have to add that extra step, and that's the primer. All right, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome Sunday. Enjoying your St. Patty's Day. Have some corned beef and cabbage and drink some green beer. And have an awesome day. Bye, guys.